Hey guys, BlueOJ Leader here. Today we're going to do something a little different. Today I'm going to be showing off all of my Lego Duplo Thomas & Friends stuff. This will include my engines as well as some of my custom ones. So yeah, let's get started. So starting off, we have Thomas, Gordon, James, Percy, which has a little bit of Sharpie details because the original ones wore off over time. We have Toby with some special custom side plates I made for him. We have a custom diesel, which was made out of one of my spare Tobys. Salty. Spencer. Stanley. And this special little diesel engine that I just have here. It's not really Thomas & Friends related, but it's something that I do want to do something with eventually. And that's it. That's all my Lego Duplo engines. Now, I've had questions in the past, stuff like, why don't you have more of these? Or, oh, why don't you make more customs or something? Well, the thing is, Lego Duplo is discontinued, which basically means they don't make these guys anymore. So the 8 guys I have here, that's basically it. I was able to customize Diesel, and I do want to do something with this guy. But other than that, this is basically it. And it's not like I can easily just make customs. These guys are really expensive. I don't have infinite money. I do want to eventually make a Henry out of a Gordon. Definitely a Mavis out of my Salty. And maybe even an Edward out of my James. But for now, this is all I got. I'm happy with it. I got most of this stuff when I was pretty young, so that's why I have a lot of these. But yeah, those are my Lego Duplo engines. Now let's move on to some of my rolling stock. Starting with this regular small truck, a more detailed medium-sized truck, and a large-sized truck. We also have this sort of dumper thing that I believe came with my regular diesel. We also have a cargo car, which is kind of just a van thing that I use. I believe this also came with my diesel. We also have this express coach, which came with Gordon. And we got this custom brake van. I originally had it gray, but I used the gray to make it become just the mini truck. And I like the blue much better. Now we have the top of Henrietta, which is made by taking off the brake van's top and putting Henrietta on top. So yeah, it's kind of neat. Now we also have Annie and Clarabelle, which are yellow, mainly because it's pretty hard to find orange pieces. And they're also small, so they can fit on the regular trucks. Kind of neat. So when I'm not using the dumper, I use this fuel tanker, which I made out of a bunch of octane fuel kind of things. I can show you right here. And yeah, that basically covers it for my Lego Duplo rolling stock. It's not really something I'm going to be working to get in a ton of. I just need enough to make it look decent, if you know what I mean. Now we are going to go through some non-rail characters. This will also include a bunch of my human characters. So we've got Harold the helicopter, Cranky the crane, Sir Topham Hatt, a driver, a custom Mr. Conductor, a custom Lady Hat, and a custom Jenny Packard. These two aren't very good particularly, but they look decent enough. We got 2 typical dudes, 2 typical ladies, a construction worker, and a police guy on a motorcycle. So yeah, that's basically it for my Lego Duplo stuff. And now we're going to take a look at my Lego narrow gauge engines. I made these with no instructions, with just a bunch of spare parts around the house. So yeah, First, we're going to take a look at Starlowy, Sir Handle, Rusty, which I use different wheels for because these wheels are pretty hard to find. Duncan, which has these little see-through wheels that I wanted to change out, but honestly, it's kind of iconic for him now. Peter Sam, which is kind of where my models start to get pretty good looking, and I do like how he looks here. Miscellaneous. Duke, who is probably my favorite out of all of these. He just looks so good and blonde. Got Smudger. Victor, who also looks pretty good, I'd say. Luke, who's kind of small, but he is small anyway, so it's fine. Mighty Matt, who was a pretty nice, fun project to do. I don't really like how Matt's face turns out because, you know, it's taped on like that, but the Mighty side looks pretty good. And Ivo Hugh. I was thinking about doing Fearless Freddy, but I kind of wanted to do Ivo Hugh, personally. He is definitely one of my nicest looking engines I've done. And that's it for my LEGO Narrow Gauge engines. I'm thinking of doing tutorials for these, so let me know if you want to see those. And now we're going to take a look at some of my LEGO rolling stock. So here we got 4 slate trucks, 4 normal looking trucks, 3 vans, a big flatbed, a smaller flatbed, a gunpowder truck, which was kind of fun to make. We got some weed killer from that one scene in the Railway series. We got a green coach, a red coach, a blue coach. Ada, I even have a little name tag for her. Gertrude, who was kind of a Railway series version of the coach, and she's also got a name on her. We got a blue braid van, a red braid van, and a brown blade van. And that's it for my Starlowy Railway stuff. And now we're going to take a look at my Arsdell Railway stuff, starting with the engines. So here we got Mike, Rex, and Bert. We also have Frank and Jock. And that's it. There wasn't really a lot for Arsdell, so that's just kind of all I need. We also have 4 trucks, 4 coaches, a flatbed, a green gunpowder truck, and a van. And that's all my Arsdell stuff. Pretty simple stuff, but there wasn't a ton of Arsdell stuff to begin with anyway. Now let's take a look at my Caldy Fell engines. For these guys, I had to buy a bunch of purple and orange bricks to make them. But because of that, they all turned out pretty good. So let's start with the engines. So here we got Caldy with his little happy face. Patrick, aka Lord Harry, with his kind of mean face. Wilfred, who has kind of a snarky face, but I want to change that eventually. And Alaric, who has his little looking to the left face that he had in one of the first illustrations. Now we got Catherine and Caldy's coach. We got an open wagon, or not open wagon, an open coach, and the truck with his eyes closed. And that's it. Like Arsdell, there wasn't really a ton of Caldy stuff to do. I might make Godred, but I could easily just rework Wilfred to look like him. But yeah, that's all my Caldy stuff. And now we have my Jack in the Pack stuff. Little disclaimer, some of this stuff is still being updated, you know, to look pretty good. But I'm still going to show them off regardless. So first off, we have Jack, Alfie, Oliver, Max, his brother Monty, Kelly, Isabella, Nelson, which I'm really proud with how he turned out, as well as his little truck thing that has Byron on it, who is also another favorite of mine. We also got Buster and Ned. And that does it. I kind of have a little mini goal to remake all the episodes with these guys, but to do that I'd have to make Patrick, who I might make, but He only appeared in one episode, so I don't know how big of a deal that would be. But that's all these guys. And now we come to the final part of my collection, which is Tuds and other miscellaneous stuff. So yeah, let's talk about that. Starting with the Tug stuff. So here we have 10 Cents, Sunshine, Top Hat, Zarin, and Boomer, who also has a happier face. But yeah, that's it for my Tug stuff. I want to do more of these at some point, maybe an OJ, Blue Nose, or Warrior. But for now, I'm happy where I am with these guys. And now here's some of my other stuff. So here we have Owen, my custom character, that isn't really based off a specific engine. It's just supposed to be maybe an experimental one, let's say. It also comes with a flatbed and a van, which I named Dairy, if you've ever watched Soda After Topham. And here is Diane, also from Soda After Topham, who can be put on top of the flatbed and be her. Yeah. Sorry about that, a plane just flew over. Anyway, here's some of my other stuff. Here we have Winston, who isn't my best model, but he's just kind of here. I'll find something for him, maybe a remake or whatever. Now we got Kevin, who, again, isn't a very great custom, but he goes on Victor's flatbed, so that's kind of nice. And now we have two Mid-Sodor engines who have never appeared in the Railway series or TV series. And those are Atlas and Tim. I want to eventually find something for these guys, maybe put them a part of a series, but for now, they're pretty nice. I like how Atlas turned out, and I kind of wanted to make Tim this sort of emo dark engine, which I think turned out pretty good here. So, yeah. And that is all of my Lego Topham, don't fall down. And that is all of my Lego Duplo / Lego Thomas stuff. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions for me about any of this stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
So that's going to be all for this video, guys. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments what you thought of this video. But that's all for now, guys. This is the BlueOJ Leader, and I'll see you later.